Blizzard finally dropped a release date for 11.2.5, and your boy may have predicted it as well as other release dates. So we got that. We also got the Turbo Boost event returning. That's right. That's a big one. We're going to talk about what's coming with this second rendition of Turbo Boost, as well as your DPS layouts for Mythic Plus, Raid, and everything else. Let's jump straight in here. Oh, this guy interrupted the news again. Well, it's for the last time, and this is really important, guys. The giveaway ends just here. These are your final moments to get a chance to win the Epic Edition giveaway from Samiccus. All you got to do is tune into my stream for 1 hour. That's one shitty hour. My stream will get you 1 point to enter into the giveaway. Every hour beyond that gives you more points to enter in to give yourself a better chance at winning. I'm announcing the winner September 19th. That's this Friday. The winner will be chosen. You can get yourself the Lightwing Dragonhawk, the Voidwing Dragonhawk, the weird combination between the two. There are so many things to be had from this Epic Edition, guys. All your dreams can come true. 30 days, game time, Trader's Tender, but most of all, early access. That's right, early access to housing, early access to beta, early access to the expansion, early access to Turtle WoW servers before they get shut down forever, Void Corrupted Rotunda, all this good stuff that could be yours if you win the Epic Edition from Samiccus. If you're subbed, you'll get 5 additional entries, but you don't have to be. All you have to do is follow the stream and watch 1 hour of this stream to get into the giveaway, boys. I got to read some stuff from Blizzard. This will be the greatest expansion ever. It's time to get in and play. Blizzard officially announced just yesterday that, yes, 12.2.5 and Legion Remix are launching on October 7th. That's right, guys. October 7th will be that launch date. This event will run through all these different things. We got a little image here talking about all the stuff that's going to be releasing. So on October 7th, we'll be getting the Remix Artifact weapons, new Legacy rewards, Time-Worn Keystone Dungeons, Heroic World Tier, Time Warp Obelisks, and the Class Order Halls. We'll dive a little bit more into all of this in a second. October 21st, you'll get the Rise of the Nightfallen, a Return to Karazhan, Nighthold Raid, Suramar campaign, and more. And then November 4th, you'll get the Broken Shore, Cathedral of Eternal Light, Tomb of Sargeras, and more. And then November 18th, Argus, Seat of the Triumvirate, and Taurus Raid opening up. And then finally, December 9th, closing out with the week-long Infinite Echoes, the return of your characters to the real-time retail servers. Interestingly enough, look at these dates. I mean, didn't somebody just yesterday predict all the dates exactly like this? What is this? Oh my god. I mean, you guys didn't even have to wait for Blizzard to announce it. Samiccus predicted 11.2.5 launching on October 7th, and then even crazier, wait for it. If December 9th, the Infinite Echoes event does in fact kick off, 1 week later, the next Tuesday, December 16th. December 16th, as your boy predicted, we would get 11.2.7. Look at how all that lines up so perfectly. Oh my god. Samiccus just spitting truths out here. Do I have an insider on the other side of Blizzard? Is that how I know these things? Or am I just a Giga Chad when it comes to predicting dates? Probably both. But there we go. So far, we do, in fact, know 11.2.5 launching on October 7th. As I mentioned, all the different things that are coming with it here. We see your order halls returning and all that stuff, all the fun stuff that happened with Remix. Interestingly enough, the story continues with the Infinite Dragons here as well. So in Mists of Pandaria, Eternus from the Infinite Dragonflight was trying to learn more about the past. That's why we went back into Mists of Pandaria. Now, with the World Soul Saga heating up, she is looking into the events that have led up to what is happening now, trying to understand what really saved Azeroth from the Legion. Interesting. Maybe we're going to revisit the sword. Is there a sword in the planet? Maybe we're going to talk a little bit about that. Maybe finally we're going to revisit that lore and see what actually happens with it. Some hints there at what could be potentially coming down the line here. Double, thank you for the follow, man, and welcome to our Scourge. Besides that, we got our artifact weapons relaunching with all the new stuff that's going to be happening with that. Different talent trees. Everybody's going to have the same talents to work with here. Toggy, thank you for the follow. So this will be a fun thing to get into. The Heroic World Tier, as I mentioned earlier, a basically turned up, more difficult version of the open world. Should be a cool thing. Possibly testing for what could be coming in retail. Maybe we get some world tiers at some point in retail WoW. But this seems like some cool thing to try out. The Time Warped Obelisks, if you don't know what these are like outdoor world buffs, right? So you find these obelisks, you pick them up, and there's some cool buffs to be had from them, making you even more powerful out there in the open world. Limited time on those, but those are a cool thing to find and use. Time-worn Keystone dungeons, yes, we'll be having Mythic Plus going on in this remix event, and then more and more, yes, more loot and things. Yes, a return of the AOTC mount from that season, so this will be cool. Or I should say Keystone Master mount, right? So this will be a cool thing to get. Everyone can jump in, get this stuff. And then we also have the Scythe of the Unmaker returning. A bunch of old loot coming back. You'll be able to get a ton of really cool cosmetics out of this, mounts and everything else. The point of a remix event, really. And then, of course, leveling up your tunes. Blizzard is, in fact, unlocking more character slots, 5 more slots for every person out there. I can't believe some of you guys are capped out on character slots. That blows my mind. But, yeah, 5 more character slots. You'll be able to make more tunes, level them up, and then, of course, transfer them over to your real account once all of this is done. The cooler thing that I didn't even realize was coming this soon in the patch cycle, Turbo Boost. That's right, Season 3 Turbo Boost event. If you played through the last Turbo Boost event, you know this is a big event that'll boost your item level out the ass. We remember last time we looked at statistics, Mythic Plus participation went through the roof the last time the Turbo Boost event kicked off. So yes, this thing is coming back, and is in fact coming back with 11.2.5, and Blizzard says here, we are turning things up a notch with Season 3 increased rewards and improvements to help your warband get your warband up with Turbo Boost. Hero and Myth Track upgrades will be pumped up 2 more levels, so going from 6 to 8 now in terms of upgradability. Crafted items will be recraftable with an augmentation matrix as well for additional power, so you'll be able to recraft all of your crafting items at higher item levels. Mythic Plus drop rates, Mythic Plus in Mythic Plus dungeons and Mana Forged Omega drop rates will increase greatly for warband until equipped gear, and then Valor Stones may be transferred at this point between warbands. So there you go, leveling up your alts and everything's going to be that much easier. Fixer Sokir and Fixer Sothal will show up in Dornegal. You'll be able to get your puzzling cartel chips once again to buy your best in slot trinket, cantrip items, all that stuff. So of course everybody's going to be jumping on that just like we did with the previous season. You will get, again, they're limiting it to 3 cartel chips, so you have to pick wisely, choose wisely what items you're going to purchase with them, but you'll essentially be able to pick 3 best in slot items for your character. And then we got cooldown manager improvements coming out. Everything, yeah, perfect, great. It's what we've asked for. But this is great. I'm excited to play through the Turbo Boost event. This was a lot of fun last time. Should be a lot of fun this time as well. Moving on to your Mythic Plus and what it's all looking like right now, right? We know what the meta is. The meta's taken shape at this point. We got your Blood DKs. Sorry, not Blood DKs, I wish. We got your Frost DKs showing up as a meta spec for sure. Elemental Shaman, Enhanced Restoration Shaman, those are looking really good. Arcane Mage also pumping. Prot Warrior being your chosen tank along with Protection Paladin. So the meta's taken shape. Interestingly enough, the way the statistics lay out right now, if you're doing a plus 15 key, there's a 50% chance at least that you are currently running with a Mage, a Shaman, a DK, or a Demon Hunter. So, I mean, they're just pumping right now. Demon Hunter being just kind of the one that's fallen off in terms of if you're looking at which of the specs are really showing up in every single meta run right now. But it's very obvious. Frost DK, Arcane Mage are showing up in every single meta run. And then when it comes to healing, yes, the choices really are Restoration Shaman and Restoration Druid. Those are your top healers right now. As I said, for tanks, it's Prot Warrior or Prot Paladin. And then you got your mixtures after that. Now, let's look right here because things have changed in the chosen key for people. We saw just the other week Arakara getting its buffs in terms of, or I should say nerfs in terms of difficulty. So that's kind of changed things up here. But also, we have a new favorite dungeon. A new favorite dungeon in Week 5, it is Halls of Atonement. Since the changes to Halls of Atonement, it looks like that one's become the chosen favorite for a lot of people. Halls of Atonement currently leading the pack. It took the lead from Ecodome Eldani. Ecodome Eldani was previously the most run dungeon in this season. That has now been passed up. It has now fallen into second place. We also have Operation Floodgate up here, Tazavesh Gambit, the Dawnbreaker, Streets of Wonder, and then a Priory of the Sacred Flame. Arakara is still sitting at the bottom, but it has come back just a little bit closer to the pack here. It was much further down just a week ago. Still, the keys that are breaking the most often, we see Operation Floodgate and Arakara. That's what the red is right there. Those are the keys that are not getting timed, so you're worried about breaking a key or not getting a timed run, maybe stay away from those dungeons. But for now, everything's kind of leveled out. It actually looks like everything's a bit more even than it was previously. We see here, obviously, the most done keys still +10, +11, and +12s for obvious reasons. You get yourself your crests, and you get yourself your loot for your chest at the end of the week, right, for your Great Vault. And then finally, we see rate participation dropping off just a little bit more in week 5, but that's expected here. The one thing that we can say is with the Turbo Boost event coming up, we remember last time we looked at this, Turbo Boost just really shoots participation through the roof. Sam doesn't rechat a single time the entire news section. Well, I just read that, so there you go. I never broke a Mythic +0. That's a fake lore, a shit that always gets posted in my chat. And looking at the charts, he will never be a part of. That's also a lie. But here's the thing, guys. Mythic Plus participation, as I said, when this Turbo Boost event kicks off, gonna completely change. So yes, you did. That's again a lie. Here we go. Beast Mastery taking the lead, or I should say, taking a huge leap forward when it comes to raid DPS. Let's check out raid DPS. This is all post buffs, post changes, everything else. Let's check this one out real quick. So overall damage, and yes, we got yourself Marksmanship Hunter in the lead here, Destro Warlock just behind them, Arcane Mage, Frost DK, Furry Warriors, Elemental Shaman, and a newcomer into the top, top 6 here? Yeah, Beast Mastery Hunter taking a huge leap forward. Post changes, as I predicted. I looked at the changes when those first came out, and I told you guys Beast Mastery Hunter was going to shoot way up the chart, and it did. Down at the bottom here, we see Ass Rogue, Feral Druids, Balanced Druids, Retribution Paladins. Oh no. Is the Retribution coming from Rets again? They're near the bottom here, but this is overall. We'll check out single target in a second. Survival, Enhancement, Demo Warlock rounding out your bottom boys there. As for Rogue, man, look at this. The top Rogue specs are only mid-tier right now for overall damage. Oh, I don't know how to feel about Rogue. Let's check out single target damage. This is damage to your bosses here. Arcane Mage taking the top spot, followed by Marksmanship Hunter, Fire Mage, Destro Warlock, Beast Mastery Hunter. Again, huge boost. Frost DK doing really good. Those are the chosen favorites for Mythic Plus right now. We see Furry Warriors, Balanced Druid, Affliction Warlock. At the bottom here, Outlaw Rogue, Enhancement Shaman, Windwalker Monk, Arms Warrior, Shadow Priest, Sub-Titty Rogue, Devastation Evoker. So, everything's kind of somewhat balanced right now in terms of what we've seen from the top boys on both sides. Not much change in terms of who's doing great in overall and single target. A lot of the same suspects here on both charts. If we look real quick at the biggest movers up and down, yeah, very obvious. One of these guys moved up a shit ton. Yeah, these charts are always so ass. Look, you take the charts with a grain of salt, right? I mean, at the end of the day, player skill matters. I've seen Retribution Paladins come into our raids and absolutely pump their dicks off, okay? The thing is, when you look at these charts, it's all about this ultimate pars perfect, all this shit. It's accurate in a way, but it's still not. Because player skill really plays a major role, especially if we're talking about heroic raid rather than mythic. You're going to see big variance in terms of who's really at the top of the charts. But as I said, looking right here, biggest mover up, Beast Mastery Hunter, up 19 spots from where they previously were. That's a complete reversal. That's a complete reversal of where they were previously. We also see Augmentation Evoker taking a big leap forward. Biggest mover down, we see Survival Hunter and Retribution Paladin both down 9 spots. Again, not a big deal. I've seen Retribution Paladins show up in raid, do really good. But besides that, look at it all. Take it all in, boys. We'll look at these charts as they continue to update. But that is all in terms of news.